Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to switch over the view. It's really fantastic. There are such great things coming in 2026, and I wanted to make a few announcements before we get started. The first is that the kids group, and many of you have children or are part of that group. So just know that the kids group is meeting this Sunday, this week, and it's at 7 a.m. Hawaii time. So if you are bringing a child or would be interested in bringing a child, if you're not already in the group, reach out to me directly so that I can get you the actual link for that experience. It's been amazing. Our kids, your kids are just truly incredible. So I highly recommend that if you have kids who may be interested in talking about stuff that has to do with aliens and extra dimensional, interdimensional beings, space travel, anything like that, power animals, we talk about everything. And the kids are just really open and fantastic about sharing their experiences and their stories. And they would love to hear yours as well. So parents are required to be there. If you have stories, you can share them as well. And the kids love hearing them. In addition to that, 2026 is going to bring some really great stuff. I have in production some courses that are coming up, so mini courses, webinars. Topics will include star seeds, how to communicate with your star seed information, pet communication, animal communication. That's a really big question for me. And relationships and more, so much more. So keep an eye on that. If you're not already on my email list, I highly recommend you join that now. Just know that I do not send out a ton of emails. It is the best way to keep in contact with me. So if you're not on my email list, just go to my website, janwakefield.com, and the opt-in form will pop up. Just fill out your information and put it in there. There will also be this year a membership program that's in production as well. So keep an eye on your email or just here, and I'll make announcements. The membership program will allow people exclusive access to opportunities that the general public will not have access to and discounts on courses and things like that. Last announcement is that there will be two retreats this year, one in Hawaii for families. So if you're interested in joining with kids, and parents who are interested in this type of work. That will be really great. Looking forward to that. And it'll be during the summer months, of course, when children are on their summer break, summer holidays, at least for North America or the Northern Hemisphere. So keep that in mind that that's coming up when you're making your travel plans. And the other will be a Bali trip as well. And children are welcome to come to the Bali trip, which is designed mostly for adults. And that will be only on of course, I would talk to you and we would agree that it would be a good fit, the situation for children to come to that. Generally, that would be older children. I think it would be a little bit easier for everybody. So keep an eye out for the upcoming things that are happening this year. 2026 is super exciting. If you did not yet listen to the most recently posted channeling sessions, the Blue Healers did a 2026 brief overview. We may hear a little bit more about that today. All right, so that's all I have for today. And again, I'll change the view so that you're seeing me, and that's where the recording will be with my face. And again, thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. And the Blue Healers have been very potent lately. Lots of different dimensional groups have been coming. I'm meeting new ones all the time. So if one of your questions was about one of the dimensional beings or your starseed information, they may be here today and speak to you as well. Okay, let's begin with closing eyes. And just as we always do, the Blue Healers like for you to tap into your own body, see what's going on, get a baseline for today. So allowing yourself to sink into your natural breathing, allowing the body to relax, allowing your spine to rest into a comfortable position. And for those of you who are lying down, perfectly fine. And if you are currently driving or doing something active, just keep in mind that the breath space can sometimes make people feel a little bit a little bit less focused. And if that's the case, please keep yourself safe. Remembering that this is channeling. We're here for spiritual growth, not medical advice or financial advice, just having a good time. All right, and as you scan your body from head to toe, look for areas of tension. This is information from your body to say, take a look at this. And sometimes with that tension comes feelings, such as emotions or pervasive thoughts. Tension in your body is often related to physiological experiences. So let's make those connections today. And the blue healers have arrived in the space. The violet people are here today, as are the Andromedans, the circle of 12, meaning the 12th dimensional beings, an avian race, and a few other observers who are not wishing to be identified quite yet. And so as you focus on your internal landscape, we will begin with the spiral breath, breathing in from 8 to 1 in a spiral around the spine. And release 1 to 8. Breathe in 8 to 2 in a spiral. Release 2 to 8. Breathe in 8 to 3. Release 3 to 8. And let us repeat 8 to 3. Continuing at your own pace, 8 to 3 and 3 to 8. Many of you have afflictions with this energy center, and today we will perform a clearing session for each of you. Continuing the breath, 8 to 3 and 3 to 8. There is information for the collective of humanity as you continue that breath, 8 to 3 and 3 to 8. This is part of the 2026 information. Humanity is embarking on an adventure this year, where there is a tipping point in the split between those with awareness and consciousness and those without. This is an exciting time because currently there is a balance between the two that is that is encouraging the shift in consciousness on your planet. As you continue this breath practice from 8 to 3 and 3 to 8, you are expanding that energy center wide to encompass your entire body. In doing so, you are reinforming every cell of your energy body, reinforming and projecting the information of coherence, wellness, and love outward toward your family. So continuing the spiral breath from 8 to 3 and 3 to 8, begin now to give it intention, meaning you are asking specifically for the healing of those around you, for the healing of the fear that lives in individuals who lack awareness. Today, this awareness is expanding out to those who are living in a state of fear. Fear is the only thing that prevents self-awareness within humanity. Continuing the breath, 8 to 3 and 3 to 8. Fear is the only thing that perpetuates hate, war, challenge, conflict, contrast of any kind in your life, in your heart, in your world, and in humanity. Continuing to expand Energy Center 3, drawing in the collective information from 8 to 3. As you release and exhale at your own pace, you are drawing information from within you, from those around you, from your family organization and your community, to remind the collective of the eighth energy center of love, coherence, and connection. Breathing in from 8 to 3. Release 3 to 8. Continuing to expand your own awareness for what is going on in your own body, your own tiny areas of tension. As you breathe in and expand the third energy center, you are creating space in what many humans call the power center of the body, the torso, from the solar plexus to the base of the spine. Breathing in 8 to 3. Release 3 to 8. And now we move to 4. Breathe in from 8 to energy center 4. There you go. You feel the expansion of love in your heart. Your body may tingle. You may feel sensations of expansion in a different kind of way. Perhaps your head will open in a sense of awareness. Breathing in 8 to 4. Continuing this breath with a spiral. Notice how the heart illuminates your inner world. Notice how the heart, when it expands, illuminates your energy body. Continue breathing 8 to 4. How beautiful you all are in this coherence as you breathe in and expand your hearts to touch one another across the miles. Location does not matter. You are together in this space and you continue to breathe 8 to 4, releasing 4 to 8. For those of you feeling the sensation, the tingling, the expansion, allow your inward smile to increase joy within you. Breathing in 8 to 4, expanding the heart wide. And with every exhale, you are sharing your breath with all of humanity, sharing your heart and your love, sharing your sense of awareness, your ability to connect to the unseen world. And then the breath goes in again from 8 to 4. And again, continuing up through the energy centers to 5. Your next in-breath will be 8 to 5. Tip your chin up slightly to open this energy center more effectively. And of course, exhale from 5 to 8. Look how your voices connect in the void as you breathe in from 8 to 5. Notice how your communication becomes more loving as you exhale from 5 to 8. Continuing this spiral 8 to 5, 5 to 8. Allowing your inward gaze to see how 5, 4, and 3 illuminate together. For some of you, it will be blue and green and yellow. How beautiful are you in your illuminated energy centers, 5, 4, and 3. Continuing the spiral breath at your own pace from 8 to 5. And with each release, sending out the intention for your communication patterns to be yet more loving, more beautiful, more connected with yourself and with others. Continuing the spiral from 8 to 5. And now on your next in-breath, 8 to 6. Expanding the energy center wide within your brain, allowing yourself deeper connection to all of humanity, to the stars, to your heart. And as you release your spiral up to 8 from 6, you connect with humanity, with humanity's desires for love and connection, continually breathing, now 8 to 6 and 6 to 8. Now 8 to 7. Your union and connection with the stars, your starseed information, the beauty of the universe, connecting you through 7, breathing in and out in a spiral, 8 to 7 and 7 to 8. And now 8 to 1 on your next in-breath, 8 to 1, 1 to 8, 8 to 2, 2 to 8. How beautifully you expand your inner world, 8 to 3, 3 to 8, 8 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 7, 7 to 8. And resume your natural breathing, observing the beautiful space you've created within you, observing the heart connection you've created within and all around you. Observing your heightened sensory perception. And when you are ready, we will take your first question.
Thank you for being with us. The first question comes from Monica. Hello, Jan and Blue Healers. I would love to know where I came from and which is the next best step for me to take in order to continue my evolution in the best way possible and for the highest good. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful Monica. This question you have asked is in the minds of every individual in this space. Where have you come from? Why are you here? What is your purpose? And how can you fulfill that purpose with the greatest amount of joy and love within your heart? This question is going to be answered for all of you. Truly, your origin is from, what do you think? The void. Of course, you all come from nothing and become something. And this is the beauty of the manifestation of form within all of the universe. On Earth, however, you are unique and special and beautiful in your own ways. The individual nature of each human is so spectacular, so magnificent that you draw the attention of beings throughout the dimensions, throughout the universe. So, Monica, you bring your beautiful question and your beautiful heart today because you need to, if you will, look into your own heart and say to yourself, if I were to take everything I know, everything I have become in this form, everything that I feel within my body, and express myself in the highest possible form for joy and love within me, what would that look like? Humanity has this incredible possibility of becoming quite literally anything in your world, that when your desire matches your heart's intention, coherence, you can become literally anything. So, Monica, we say for you, what brings you great joy? What brings you great love? And in that, what will emerge for you and for all humans is all of your shortcomings. All of that will arise. The moment you gaze into your magnificence, the voice of doubt and fear, disbelief, discontent, challenges, all of that will begin to emerge. And so we ask each of you in your human forms, why is it that when you gaze into the mirror of your own magnificence, what first comes up is not gratitude, it is doubt, fear, discontent, and perhaps even a little bit of challenge in believing in the possibility that you can, in fact, be that magnificent person you see in your own reflection. Now let's get down to specifics. You want to know which job to take, which career path to hold, how to make more money, which relationship will be best. And so what do you do first? You all look outside yourselves. You look for the perfect partner who has to look a certain way, have a certain job, be a certain way around you, your friends, and your family. You look outside yourself to your career and you say, I deserve more money. I want to work from home and they are making me go into the office. How dreadful. You are looking outside yourselves for the perfect car, the perfect job, the perfect match, the home that lacks mold, the home that needs to be X, Y, or Z. I need to live in the mountains because I feel better. I need to live by the ocean because that's where this happens. I have grown up my whole life in this small town in Michigan. I'm never leaving. Yet your heart is not content with these choices. Your heart is not content because it is not where your heart sings, where your heart feels love, where your heart feels joy. Maybe you catch glimpses of what does bring your heart more love, more expansion, more coherence. And what happens immediately? You doubt yourself. You say, it's impossible. It has to be this way. Some of you are even fighting with just being ordinary. Maybe it means that I'm supposed to go to work in the local coffee shop and be a barista and serve coffee. Maybe the mundane is what frightens you most, that what brings you joy is simply being a housewife, a house husband, being a dog trainer, working in a clothing store. When you can bring content and love to exactly where you are, that is the first step toward understanding your own heart. Does this mean that you suffer and struggle in a job that you hate? Absolutely not. If you hate your job, it brings you nothing but pain and suffering. And even worse, it brings symptoms of dis-ease in your body. Quit. Find a job that brings you joy. However, face the reality of your situation. If you require money to pay your bills, you'd better be working to make money. The universe is not going to drop a pot of gold into your lap. If you need to work to support yourself and your family, be responsible with your heart and say, today I'm going to a job that I truly hate, but it brings my heart great love and expansion to know that I will be able to feed my children. I will be able to travel and do things that I love. I will be able to say to my children, I know that this job today may not be a perfect match for me and my heart, but I love my life. I love feeding my children. I love having a home in which to live. And that is solely because I am able to make money at a job that is not perhaps a perfect fit. And so then you will wake up in the morning and you will say to yourself, today I'm still going to a job that is not my perfect match, but I love the fact that my employer will pay me enough to feed my children, to allow my wife to look for a job and not have to work in this moment, to allow me to pay my car payment, pay for insurance, allow me to travel from here to there in a car that keeps me safe. So many humans are trying so hard to be in the challenge or the difficulty of being stubborn. I want what I want when I want it, so give it to me now. I will quit my job and not feed my children and be very discontent with the stress that poverty creates in my life because I am demanding a job that I think I need in this moment. So, how funny is that? You have returned to childhood, to demanding what you want when you want how you want it. Instead, be the grown up. There is tremendous contentment that comes within the human heart by being the grown up, where you say to yourself, this is not a perfect fit for now, but I know that I need to do an exchange, work for money. Perhaps the same is true for your purpose. Know inside your heart that you may not be a carpenter. That may not be your purpose. Yet you may continue the job of carpentry. And think of it this way. We're speaking in metaphors. So begin to transition the ideas in your mind about what the message is in this little story. That's our secret for today. You may not believe yourself to be in your full purpose as a carpenter. But what then is your full purpose? In the moment, it is to make peace with and love the work, the carpentry, the relationship, the home in which you live, your illness, even, your discontent. Love it and say to yourself, I am one cranky person today. Look how mean I am being to people all around me. When you are grown up enough as a human to laugh at and acknowledge your cruelty, your hate, your hurt, your discontent, your desire to pack your belongings and run away from home because you just can't take it anymore. When you can embrace that in your heart, then you are aligned with your purpose. Think about that. Think about that for all of you. Your purpose is in your heart to expand in a more loving nature. It is not about what is outside of you, although all of that will change. It will change when you are in your heart, loving in every moment that which presents itself in front of you. You are in your purpose. And then you again are more in your purpose when you can look at your situation outside yourself and say, I'm going to make a different choice today. I'm going to drive a different way, walk a different route, speak to different people, eat different food. I am going to, for once, say to myself, my body and all of its complaints are not important. What's important to me today is that I get on the floor and roll around with my dog on the carpet. Give up the fight to figure it out. Your heart is already there. Live in love. Live in joy. And the stories that you tell yourself about what you can and cannot do, most of them are lies you tell yourself to remain trapped in your own childhood fantasy that you get to have everything when you want it, how you want it. From the grown up perspective, you will then understand that you have indeed gotten everything that you want and how you want it exactly as it is in front of you. You have created this story of your life. And when you can accept and say to yourself, I am sick because I created it. My house has mold because I have created it. My job sucks because I have created it. My relationship is god awful because I have created it. And then you know the only limitation to what you want, when you want it, how you want it, is within your heart. That only love will change your external situations. And so let us circle back around from answering this question for all of you to Monica. Where have you come from? Well, the simple answer is this. Two parents got together and had a little fun, and they made you. That's where you came from. And in that experience of fun, guess what? They gave you a ton of information about each individual lineage, mom and dad, and the colossal messiness of humanity. That's where you came from. What are you going to do with it? You're probably going to struggle and question and wonder and try to change. Instead, look at the mess of everything that came with the package that was you, the emergence of a man and a woman, or maybe a science lab that was having a little fun, and there you are. When you can love those experiences of all the things that you have had happen to you in your life, the way that you look, even the way that you move through the world. When you can love the nose that you hate, the feet that are too big, the body that is this, that, or the other thing. When you can say, my parents were a train wreck, this happened, that happened, they hurt me, this trauma, that trauma. When you can look at it all and say, I loved that experience. It's made me this beautiful, magnificent individual I am today. That family is going to dissolve. That DNA information is going to dissolve, and the only thing left will be the present moment and the life that you create going forward. Now let's take it one step further, and we realize some of you are wondering when we're going to get to the point. The point is happening in every moment. Think of another thing. What's your starseed origin? Where did you come from? Well, Monica, I think this is probably the central question you asked. And because you weren't super specific, we decided to answer all the possibilities. Your starseed information is quite simple. You came from Andromedan, Pleiadian, and one additional starseed piece of information is very active within you that you get to find on your own. Enjoy the exploratory experience as you walk through the forest of possibility of every iteration of starseed patterning in the universe. That ought to keep you busy for a while. So, the Pleiadians, the Andromedans, would like to say that the activation is already complete. You are more, perhaps you are more connected to the Andromedan information. And when you are ready, you can open your heart and say to yourself, I am an alien from the Andromedan star system, and I'm going to walk through humanity like the alien that I am. When you embody and embrace it and become it, and perhaps you want to take your time on talking about it to the general public. They might find it a little bit odd. There will come a time and place for you to share this conversation. In addition, we want to remind you that your Andromedan information, as is the message directly from the Andromedans in the space, is to be the grown up. Be the grown up in all moments of your life. Be the grown up. Be brave. Be a brave grown up and allow yourself to make decisions from embracing everything that is in all of the responsibilities that are set before you. What a beautiful being you are, Monica. There is such a tremendous amount of love and support for you in this space. And the transmission for this question is complete. We will take the next question, please.
Thank you. The next question comes from Elizabetha. Hello, Jan and Blue Healers. I would love to know if I am a star seed and if my mother is a star seed too. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful child. We welcome you to this space once again. And yes, your starseed information primarily is angelic. And what you can do with this information is to remember through prayer, as it is sometimes called on your planet. Mindfulness is probably a better way to describe it. Through prayer and mindfulness, you can expand your heart and your belly, for the angelic information is coming in through the back of the heart, back of energy center 4 and energy center 3. And in your meditations, your prayer, allow the wings of your heart to expand out through your back. Allow yourself to drift free from your body in meditation. Know that your body is safe, that your spirit is safe, that you can float free of the body to see more clearly which direction you are going in your life. You have great purpose, little one. You have an important journey ahead of you. And this journey for you is one of a solo nature. However, you will have many guides along the way, particularly starseed information. And when you are of a certain age, you will understand that the guides around you in human form have gotten you to the place where you need to be, to enlist them, to ask them to assist you in bringing your vision and your dream to fruition in 3D. You will help many along the way, and most of all, you will help yourself. This process will be such a beautiful exploration for you into the human dimensional connection, and you will be a guide for the future young people in the 3D world. And remember, you will need to participate in both 3D and in the dimensional worlds of the unseen experiences. You will uncover new and unique information that has not yet been introduced to humanity. And in doing so, you will be a pioneer for many. This will continue throughout your life until you are in your 60s. And then at that time, it will be evident that you will pass this responsibility off to a younger generation. At that point, you will be the mother of many. The mother of many is a metaphor. So keep in mind that holding a high level of responsibility for being a guide for others will emerge from the foundation of understanding how to be a follower as a child, how to listen to the wisdom of others as a child, how to integrate as you grow older. You are such a beautiful soul, Elizabetha. Continue on this beautiful path. You are a much needed breath of fresh air for all of humanity. And we will be here to guide, love, and protect you along the way. Meaning the blue healers, but also the angelic beings. And the Andromedan beings are the most closely connected to your mother, to answer your other question. And it is for her to uncover the information of her connection there. You are also a guide for your mother, to encourage her to become the beautiful grown woman that she is, to believe in her adulthood, to believe in her as a grown up, to believe in her heart, in her ability to be a guide for you. This is a large responsibility for a young person, to be the guide for the parent, To subtly direct and guide a parent is a true, beautiful gift to the parent. So keep in mind the distinction between the child experience, the adult experience, the mother relationship, the child relationship, and one day it will all change when you are in your 20s. We want to say how amazing you are, and we truly, truly appreciate your heart in this space and the work that you will do in your present and future. We will take the next question, please.
Thank you. The next question comes from Tamar. Dear Blue Healers, I haven't been sleeping well in the past few days. During one of the meditations, I saw one of you with blue eyes filled with love. Does that mean I received healing? Thank you.
Truly, you are already healed, Tamar, and your star seed beings are here in the space. Sleep is such an interesting concept for humanity. And when you begin to expand, all of you, in your hearts to a greater love connection, your relationship to sleep will completely change. Because sleep for the human body is about rest and repair, when you release fear and tension, which is in essence a release of the past, a release of trauma, a release of the DNA information of survival within humanity, when you release that more and more, sleep becomes less necessary in the form that you are currently using. Sleep currently for humanity is being mostly unconscious, so the physical body can rest and repair. In other words, as you evolve more, expand more, release more tension, sleep will then become something entirely different. You will be mostly awake. The body will rest and repair and shut down. It's as if you put your computer to sleep. Everything on the computer is still going in the background, yet the computer itself has a dark screen. It has ceased making noise. The same will be true of the human body. As you clear more information of tension, stress, and fear, the need for survival away, you will simply become like that. Your body will do what it needs to do, yet it will require less energy to do so. So if some of you are experiencing sleep disturbances, as you would describe it from a 3D perspective, allow yourself a little bit of freedom to imagine that you are awake in the night for something else. Embrace, enjoy, and love it. Get a few things done. Stop worrying so much about it. It is your worry that you are not sleeping that prevents you from actually sleeping. So instead, see it as an opportunity that your body is saying to you, look at the evolution you've created within yourself. You require less sleep. Welcome to the wonderful experience of being awake. Cool stuff happens in the night for humanity. Cool stuff happens to humans in their minds and bodies after the sun goes down. You are in a symbiotic relationship with your entire solar system. Why is it that so many of you feel better when the sun goes down? Begin exploring this idea, this concept, and this opportunity. Stop fighting with the idea that you require exactly a certain number of sleep hours. Oh dear, we're coming back to the same conversation we were having before. Why do you fight with yourselves so much? Enjoy the experience of being alive. The 3D world and being human is such a gift. When you think you are struggling, instead say to yourself, what kind of gift and opportunity is this for me? And one more thing, Tamar. We do have blue eyes. Aren't they quite lovely? Our blue eyes are not the same as those on your planet. So if you have captured a glimpse of us, waking, sleeping, meditation, wide awake, enjoy the experience that we are beginning to emerge within the expansion of your own brain. Humanity has this idea that the visual capacity is so narrow. It is actually within the brain. The eyes are like a glass that holds water. You can drink water in other ways, but it's much easier to drink it if it's in a glass, rather than waiting for the rain to come, tipping your head backward and opening your mouth and hoping for the best. Instead, your eyes are an opportunity for vision. And when your brain expands through the ability to see us and other dimensional beings, your eyes will adjust in their ability to see. This is a great gift you have been given. You are able to see us a little bit more clearly. However, note that in your heart, the connection you have with us is far greater. Try seeing from the heart energy center, and we will appear more in your visual capacity as you begin to accept us within you as being real. The next question, please.
Thank you. The next question comes from Cheryl. Beautiful blue beings. Does my body still hold on to or contain toxic heavy metals? Do I still have food allergies to gluten, dairy, soy, and others? I meditate every day and work hard on positive change in many areas of my life. Can you kindly elaborate on what specifically I must do to improve digestion and absorption and gain weight?
What a wonderful question, for so many of you struggle with challenges within the human body. First and foremost, we would like to discuss heavy metal toxicity. That is a very interesting connection or combination of words that you all have to describe your connection to the elements of the universe. You do not have heavy metal toxicity. Instead, there has been an activation of information related to the elements of metal within you to assist you with the communication process throughout space and time, throughout the galaxy, throughout your solar system. Your starseed information, your starseed origin is from a planet that is largely constituted of metal. And this metal information is reaching out to you. To see it as toxicity is essentially saying to yourself, I deny my connection to this species from another place attempting to communicate with me. So if you continue to try to eliminate or to be in an adversarial relationship with the metallic information within you that is simply knocking on the door of communication, it will prevent you from having that direct communication with your starseed origins. So perhaps take a moment to embrace within you the beauty of what metal is within the body, the human body. It is not real, it is a vibrational frequency. And yes, your physicians, your scientists, your lab work, all of that will come up. True, true, yes, 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 you have this. But what is it that you wish to believe? Do you wish to say in your heart that you are in love with the information as it is coming through, as it is expressing itself? Or would you rather go ahead and continue the fight, do the chelation therapy, do the cleanses, and attack your body for simply saying to you, come into more love? The choice is entirely yours, of course. However, we would recommend, if it feels right to you, of course, you have to trust your own intuition, your own heart. But we would recommend taking a few moments in your meditations to say to the metallic taste within you, what information are you attempting to communicate to me? Embrace it and love it. And perhaps your starseed origin beings will be there to talk to you a little bit more. However, if you feel your body needs cleansing, chelation, whatever it is you want to call it, to get rid of it, embark on that adventure with a sense of love. Not attacking, not fighting, not challenging, not trying to overcome the metallic taste within you. When you do it from the heart, you will have the most success. If you are doing anything, and this is a message for all of you, from a place of fear, adversary, fighting, trying to overcome, to battle illness, or anything within you, we're going to have to say that your heart will contract and not expand. The choice is entirely yours. Do what you feel is best for what your goals are in your life. And now it is time for us to ask again, within you and all of you, if illness is within you, if fear and the need for survival is within you, your body will develop allergies to things that you consume. You have an opportunity and a choice. You can say to yourself, no thanks. I'm going to choose to love the sustenance around me. You could also choose to say, I love the fact that I am allergic to gluten, and I really don't care whether or not I eat it. It doesn't matter to me. And maybe you will eliminate gluten from your diet, and that will be the end of the conversation. Whatever brings your heart joy and love, these are the choices that you need to make. But if you have an allergy to something that you truly love, and you are fighting with yourself over consuming it, experiencing symptoms, think of the battle that you have going on. Think of the discomfort you are creating just by having the conversation. Perhaps it is easier to just say to yourself, I'm not eating that anymore, and I really don't care. I am in love with the other things that I do get to eat. Perhaps that is a solution to allergies in the body. Why is it that so many of you feel that you need to conquer absolutely everything in order to enjoy your life? There is no conquest, no conquering, no fear, no battle that is going to bring you to love and wholeness. You cannot fight your way to love. You can only love your way to love. We will take an additional question at this time, and it will be our final question for the day.
Thank you. This question comes from Megan. I'm curious, what starseed am I?
Hello, Megan. What a great question you have brought today. As we have discussed, the activation of starseed information is happening throughout your planet. All of humanity is being activated this year in 2026. Allow us a moment to tap into your energy field. Understand that when you each ask questions, we automatically tap into your energy field. How interesting. The violet people first would like to say, Megan, that they are hoping that you will collaborate with them because even though they are not necessarily your starseed origin, you have a particular affinity with them, and they are here to assist you in engaging in a relationship where they can help you communicate with the unseen world. The violet people are liberally selecting individuals from this space with whom you have already established that you appreciate their connection with you. So, for those of you in this space who have always said to yourselves, the violet beings are interesting to me, and I would like to communicate more with them, today is your day. They are saying that because the opening has arrived for them to be in deeper connection with you, if you offer them permission, this relationship will expand for each of you. In addition, Megan, there is an avian species here. They come in the form of a very small bird, like a sparrow, that is on the human planet. And that you already know this information. You know what this bird is. And so, in your communications with this small bird, you will activate within yourself homing abilities, abilities to navigate and find your way, even with minimal information. What a curious message this is. And of course, you know exactly what that means. Please close your eyes. The violet beings each have a message for each of you. They say they have been observing this space for more than a year, and they are grateful for the time they have spent with all of you. Through the experiences they are having in this space, they have come to deeply bond with and connect to humans more than ever. They want you to know that they live within your solar system. They are what they would describe as distant cousins, simply because you all share the same solar system, the same sun information, the same sun energy. They have become so fond of this group, in fact, that they make it a priority to visit during times when we meet, during times when we, as the Blue Healers, meet with all of you. And in their observations, they would like to remind you to be more playful, more loving, and more joyful, particularly with your children, even if your children are grown. Create opportunities to be in nature, they request. They say this is where they are most easily reached if you wish to communicate with them. In addition, keep in mind that your mythology is often represented of their presence. They like to have a lot of fun, and they like to be in the human world. However, being with all of you has given them newfound purpose, and they believe they are here to teach you how to bring more joy into your lives. And the transmission from the violet beings is complete. The dimensional beings now recede from the space, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Circle of 12. The avians, the blue healers, now recede from the space. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for the beautiful experience. I really enjoyed this one today. I'm going to say a little bit more. There we go. Change it into the viewer all there. So I've been getting a lot of interesting messages about all the information and the stuff that's going on in my throat. So more to come on that. Um, and also too, in the last few sessions, the Blue Healers have asked that I start channeling with my eyes open. So you're going to see that in the near future too. So you won't be surprised when it happens. Thank you again for being here. I'm truly grateful for all of you. Of course, sending you tons of love. This recording should be up within the next week or so. Have an amazing day wherever you are in the world.